In this video, I'm going to be giving you the complete noob's guide to getting started in Gigaverse and the various, very real ways that you can make money, literally right away. Okay, so let's start with a quick overview. Now, I'll link a couple of videos that I've done on Gigaverse if you want a deeper dive, but in essence, you have a limited amount of energy each day that you have, and you use that energy to complete actions, including going into the dungeon and trying to battle progressively more difficult waves. And after each wave, they drop loot, and the further you get, the rarer, more expensive, valuable that loot becomes. So now let's start talking about the various ways that you can earn playing Gigaverse. So if you are just starting out, one of the things you could do is be an arbitrage specialist. Now, what is arbitrage? So if you go on the Giga Market, people are buying things, right? Let's say potions, a big armor juice. People are buying big armor juices for $2.50, over $2.50. So if you can get the core components to make big armor juice cheaper than $2.50 and then sell them, and then you're netting yourself a profit. So what you would do is you would use your energy and your time to grind the dungeon. Get through as many waves as you can, get as much loot as you can, and then turn around, hit the crafting table, craft yourself some potions, put them up on the market, and sell them. And now you're a proper arbitrageist, if that's a word. Now, the next thing you can do is, since Gigaverse is built on Abstract, which is a blockchain, they have a collaboration going on right now in the form of abstract stubs. Now, you can take core materials that you get from playing the game, and you can trade them to the traveling merchant, who is all the way down here. This little, what is that, a turtle? Well, I'll say it's a turtle, little turtle guy. So you can trade in those core resources for abstract stubs, which you see kept track here in the upper right. Now, these stubs are tied to Abstract's upcoming TGE. So what they're doing is they're giving users of the apps on their chain these stubs that'll probably have some sort of conversion to their token. Now, another way you can earn right away without spending any money is by participating in community tournaments. So as an example, they just launched and wrapped up this fishing competition for the community, and they were giving out soulbound tokens, ROMs, whose floor price is like $500, as well as USDC prizes, just for playing the game, catching fish. It's pretty sweet. Okay, let's say you had a little bit of money and you wanted to try and get some boosts in your Gigaverse gaming experience. One of the first things I would do is come over here and hit Giga Juice. So Giga Juice is a juice that lasts a certain amount of time. So 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. And the TLDR on it is it gives you perks and benefits from playing the game. So it gives you more energy, so you can complete more actions, and it gives you exclusive power-ups when you're in the dungeon battling people that's slightly stronger than the standard. Okay, so if you're dealing with a little bit more money and you really want to supercharge your experience, the next thing you want to do is you want to take a look at Giga ROMs. So Giga ROMs are NFTs that the team released, and they come in different tiers, silver, gold, void, giga, as well as different memory. And in essence, the rarer, more exclusive you go, the more energy that they give you. And some of the higher ones is just like a ridiculously high amount of energy. And then they also give you some special scraps and materials that you use for crafting on a daily basis, hourly basis. So if you have that, what that means is you're able to run more runs. You're able to get more materials to craft. You're able to sell it if you'd like. And it really does unlock a huge step up in your game experience here in Gigaverse. Okay, so let's step out of the gameplay here for a second. Let's just talk about some other opportunities that may be on the horizon. So first up is the NFTs. So there's two that you need to keep your eye on. One is the Good Luck Have Funners. This is the OG collection. Currently floor is 0.20. ETH. Now, this thing at one point hit 0.61 near the all-time high. So we're down, a little bit over a third of that. But I think this is definitely something you want to keep an eye on. It's my belief that owning one of the Good Luck Have Funners, as well as the Gigaverse ROMs that we had spoken about before, is going to be like maximum surface area for being in a good spot come Gigaverse's TGE. Not to mention that they both give you perks, as we mentioned, in the gameplay itself. So you can play this a couple different ways. If you want to be the buy and hold, you don't want to fiddle with this. I think these are assets that you could comfortably purchase and hold. They're part of Abstract, which I mentioned is one of the hottest ecosystems in the entire space right now. Gigaverse is itself one of the leading projects on Abstract, and the team is just absolutely cooking. So a lot of good signals around it. Now, alternatively, how these markets work is that nobody really values them as much as they should until it's too late and TGE is announced and ownership of these NFTs is announced, and then everyone rushes in to kind of pile in and try and get a piece before it's too late. So there likely is a flip opportunity here as well for you to own and then sell on the news, right? So that is an opportunity as well if you don't want to do like a long-term hold. Now, another thing worth mentioning is ownership of these NFTs do also unlock some very exclusive whitelist allocations and opportunities for you. So as an example, this SUP Foundation, there were whitelists distributed to lucky winners in the Gigaverse Discord. And I think mint price was like $400 or something like that. But these things are currently going for 0.38 ETH, right? So in USD, that's $1,600. So in the span of a day, you could have been up $1,200 just by owning some of these NFTs and participating in the raffles and winning a spot. But that's not all. So Gigaverse's founder, OXDith, he is quite active in the space, as well as I think it's fair to say quite well respected in the space. And as part of that, he has been pursuing a bit of angel investing. So angel investing is when you write a small check or you give advisory services to a team in exchange for financial exposure to their company. But that trickles down to the Gigaverse community itself. So as I mentioned with the SUP Foundation, Dith was a angel investor, and he extended some whitelists for that mint to his community and allowed community members to mint and hold or mint and flip a NFT that was quite valuable. And so I think if you want to go big brain play, aligning yourselves with really good founders in the space is one of the smartest things you can do. It just makes everything so much easier. Okay, so let's wrap this thing up. So ways to earn. So if you're just getting started, play the game, get materials, craft things, sell them on the market. Alternatively, make sure you're checking out the deals section and trading in your materials for Abstract stubs. Those are going to be tied to Abstract's upcoming TGE. Not to mention Gigaverse's TGE itself, which will probably give points to both gameplay, like how long you've played, how frequently you played, as well as your level, and the NFT assets you own, either the Good Luck Have Funners or the Gigaverse ROMs, or a combination of the both. Speaking of which, owning both does give you unique opportunities for NFT whitelists, as we covered with the SUP Foundation. And if you're not interested in holding it long term, you're looking more for a short term flip, you could likely buy these assets, hold them for the TGE announcement, and then sell on the news and likely do quite well for yourself. And then last but not least, OXDith, the founder, again, is quite well respected, quite active, and is pursuing opportunities to invest in companies, and there likely will be continual trickle-down benefits to core community members, NFT holders of his own project, Gigaverse. So there you have it, folks. There are the several different ways you can earn very real money playing Gigaverse right now. If you have a bit of money, if you don't have a bit of money. Tell me what you think in the comments. Was there anything I missed? anything you have questions on or you want further explained. My name is No Autopilot. Thanks for watching the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.